Time now for another Meet and Greet. Talking to folks who have not called this show before, learn a little something interesting about you. I must say, Beth is our Meet and Greet participant today. Could wind up giving you tickets to a minor league baseball game. Beth and Pop hopefully will meet you in the stadium later this season. VIP section. Now, she's been listening 20 years, which is fantastic, of course. She's retired. Her kids listen. Her son may be hearing this now. But this is the biggest thing. She's been out on a date with a big-time celebrity once, I'm guessing a long time ago. Hello, Beth. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing really well. So let's just start with it.
Let's start at the top.
Let's just start at the top. Who's the celebrity you went out on a date with?
Bill Murray.
Beth.
How
did that happen?
Wait a minute now. Now, this is not like, some nobody. This is Bill Murray. He's one. If you're ranking stars, he's probably in the top 200 celebrities, don't you think? Like now.
Yeah.
He's a big deal. How did you go out with Bill Murray?
It was really strange the way it happened. I was in college at Appalachian, and homecoming weekend, my college roommate had to go to an art show because this artist had come in for homecoming weekend, and he apparently was some big deal. And so she said, I've got to go to this art show. I'll see you later. And about an hour or so later, she came screaming through the door, and she said, quick, get dressed. You've got to come with me. The artist is Bill Murray's best friend, and Bill Murray is with him. We're going to go out and eat dinner with them and go out. So I had about 30 seconds to throw something on and get out the door. And we met him at a restaurant in Boone and went out to eat. And back in the day, that's when P.B. Scott's was up in Blowing Rock. And we went up there and got to go backstage and hang out because, the VIP section. So it was a lot of fun.
Wow. I am flabbergasted.
Did you go to Subway? That's Chris Kelly's favorite place.
I was at Subway.
in Boone.
I used to go to Subway quite a bit. I was accosted by a vagrant at Subway.
I think Bill Murray's over here. I'm eating Subway.
Excuse me. I'm in the Subway.
I'm having a turkey sub.
Well, what was Bill Murray like? Was he just really nice and fun? Or what kind of guy was he?
Very sarcastic.
Yeah.
I remember I was sitting across the table from him, and I was trying not to look at him, but I was looking at him, and he would cock an eyebrow up at me and give me that kind of one eyebrow look, like, I see you looking at me.
Oh yes.
And things like that. So of course I would giggle and totally go goofy on him, but wasn't a love connection. I'm not Mrs. Bill Murray now or anything. But,
incredible though.
So do you think you were there, Beth, more as a wingman, or were you there to kind of be Bill's date for the night?
I was there more as a wingman because my roommate and the artist, and I can't think of his name, but he would show up in Time or Newsweek from time to time. He had it for her, so they kept in contact for a while after that.
Wow.
So
what now? How famous was he? What era Bill Murray are we talking about?
This was right before Caddyshack came out.
Oh,
okay.
Oh,
That's a while back.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Old. Yeah, like I said, I'm old, so.
No. Was he recognized while you all were out together?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Everybody was, all of Twitter. And, of course, we had a special spot in the restaurant. And then we went up to the club in Blowing Rock. They, escorted us through the front door. Felt very red carpet, very VIP. So,
I'll bet.
Any photographs or autographs from that night?
No. You don't think about that until after the fact.
I get it.
And it's like,
yeah.
And, of course, you didn't have cell phones with phones on them and everything back then.
Right.
So.
There's no just taking a quick picture or anything. That's an amazing story. That is really incredible. And he treated you pretty well, though. Sarcastic, but he was a pretty good date.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was very nice.
Yeah, exactly. That's incredible. Because he was big on Saturday Night Live at that time. He had been on there. That was a huge... Wow, that is unbelievable. Who's the second most famous person you've ever met?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Wow, you met her too?
Good Lord.
What were the circumstances there?
Well, my college roommate, who is my conduit to famous...
She gets around.
That's her first cousin.
Oh, that's her first cousin, is Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Well, now, what kind of... Did she treat you nicely? Was she real nice?
Oh yeah, very sweet, very nice.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
And was she?
You weren't fishing for her to say you, were you?
I was.
With the Boone connection,
Who's
Kelly?
the
It's
third?
It's pretty obvious.
Now, who's the third? No.
If you don't want somebody to say, is he nice?
No.
I get to meet y'all, it'll be y'all.
Exactly.
Lord,
Then
Beth.
hopefully we'll meet you.
Beth.
Now, and was Julia Louis-Dreyfus already a big deal on Seinfeld when you met her?
No, this was pre-Seinfeld. She was on Saturday Night Live then.
Again, right.
Okay.
Boy, your roommate, man. She's got connections.
Would it be too much trouble to bring her to the ball game with you?
Yeah, do you mind if you could
Yeah.
I think she
call?
likes baseball.
I agree.
Because maybe then we could
I'll
FaceTime
find out if
Julia.
she'll be in town.
You know who else loves baseball is Bill Murray.
They both love baseball. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is an Orioles fan, at least in a Seinfeld episode I saw. I know she wore an Orioles cap. That's fantastic. Well, how'd you come to listen to this program, Beth?
Well, years ago, I used to listen to a show called Bob and Sherry,
I've heard of it.
and was kind of entrenched in that. And one morning, my husband goes, "Hey, I found this show, and I really think you'll like it. These guys are really funny, and you need to start listening to it."
You've got a good
So
husband.
I did, and our kids grew up listening to it in the back seat on the way to school, and they still listen now. So
Man,
That's awesome.
That really does us. That really makes us feel good when you say something like
Because
that.
we like Bob and Sherry. We're
Yeah.
pretty insecure, but we do like those guys.
They're very nice. Sherry we've met her a few times. Very
Nicest
nice
people
to
you
us.
ever- Yeah.
And Bob's like in the Hall of Fame. He just retired. Bob just retired. He's a good
Yeah.
guy. He's a good guy, yeah. Beth, that is so nice. And you've got great stories. Now, who's your favorite member of this program?
Well, I do have to confess, even though it makes me sound like Aunt Pervy, I have a crush on Biggie.
Well,
Oh, thank you.
all right. There's Aunt Pervy for you, Biggie. There you go. Well, he won't be at the ball game.
Unless you show up.
But
That's right.
maybe if you show up, he'll
I
be
might be
Yeah.
taking tickets outside.
Yes.
there. Who's more likely to be at the ball game, Biggie or Bill Murray?
Toss up.
Push. Beth, wonderful to meet you, and thank you so much, you and your family, for listening. It was a delight.